afternoon. This day I will talk about the globalization and the other world. And this day I expecting talking to you about does Paris can be considered a global city? Why Paris? Because Paris is the city I consider is global, and it's the city who I will love travel one day. But we have several aspects to talk about you, talk about the global city, Paris global city. Like for example, finding, trade, innovation, talent, infrastructure, and governance. And you will say, what can, how can that give me the advice or give me that idea is a global city? Well, we have the summary here, and we say for doing the executive summary Paris global city. In imagination and in fact, Paris is a quintessential global city. It has been one of the world's most visited places for centuries, and is economic prosperity today. Thanks to a well-educated people too, because they has a workforce hard and modern infrastructure. Why? And global niches in creative industries like business service, like tourism. Paris is focused on tourists more than other activity they can do it. But for example, if we're talking about findings, what you can find in Paris? In Paris, you can find wealth. It's a wealthy city region, but its economy is growing slowly relative to the other countries who are global cities. Has a metropolitan police modern. It's a product for fellow Joseph Padilla. Is the Padilla, sorry. Is Joseph Padilla is the fellow program he has. And other we can have is Nick Marshall is a former senior for research analytics management and association fellow Metropolitan Police Program. That show me they had good security. Other thing we can talking is a trade. What trade? Paris is especially a diverse set of table industries. For example, from financial and business service to advanced manufacturing to creating, and they have industry but it's limited by low participation on a small or medium sized enterprise. Unlike of its peers, Paris has diverse global presence in its cities and financial service. Like for example, they have a multinational firms, Herwitz there in Paris, and advanced manufacturing industries too. And they have to the value added to export in a foreign country on a foreign direct investment. However, most firms are not globally engaged French, like we say, the account for 44% of value added, but only 50% of exports. Innovation. What is innovation? Paris has innovation. Well, we can say Paris is the center of innovation. Why? Especially in France. Why? Because it has houses world class, research universities, has two agglomeration of high-tech employers have them, intensive multinational companies, and has the high levels of reading and spending yet compared to the other global cities. We can say too, Paris lack metrics such as patenting intensive industries in the world. In Paris doing collaboration too with some science research. Talent. Paris is the crown of the talent because they have the most educated region. They are the most educated region in the world, but has high unemployed. Even when they are so high and educated, they have the most high unemployed in the region. Paris has a level of human capital remain a critical access. It's sector economic in Paris is that employ higher levels of professional. And other thing we can say is that 24% of the world worker is professional. That one is one of the talent. The infrastructure, we can say Paris has the transportation and digital connectivity are strong, but it must continually, we can say, like invest to address booklets, bottlenecks. The region is major in aviation. They have the most companies in aviation are in Paris. The government, they have a satisfaction with the government services in line with per country. Paris has region operation within a more centralist government. Paris had the government centralist there, and that one is we can say they had a central government. That one is we can say by tagging this profile marking Paris against its international coincides with the lie the French regional council for. By taking proposal and this all the things I told to you, we consider purposeful action now that Paris region public, private and civic institution can build a globally competitive economy that works for all and for Paris and for can work for all the Europe too. That's it.